Okay. Love that chocolate. Love that chocolate coffee. Okay. Um. mm. Hey. Now here's an interesting topic. Forgive me if I'm getting more. Forgive me if I'm getting more out there. In ways of. Forgive me if this is a much. Forgive me if this is a. Forgive me if this is more of a harder conversation to have. Forgive me for that, if you can. Um, black, black women. I'm I'm confused, and not only confused. Uh, I'm um, I I'm confused, and not only confused, but but I'm interested to find out why. Uh, Now you can totally back me up in this if I'm wrong, or send out, or send the hounds, or like if I happen to be, like if I'm wrong about this, alright, you can totally release the hounds on me, okay? Because I I do not mind being corrected, and I don't mind, pardon me, being put down because of this topic. Because when it comes to black women, or a black woman, um, in the context of their skin color, what I want to know is, where did all the black women go? Pretty much, okay? Like, where exactly did they go? Now, now, like I said before, you can totally sick the hounds on me if I have this all around wrong, or worse. Or you could just correct me and say that I'm totally wrong. Um, but I'm gonna get, but I'm, but nevertheless, it does interest me. Wait, where have all the black women gone? Especially your black women who are transgendered. Now, when I mean your, I don't mean your personally. Now, when I mean your, I don't mean your, like personally you, like you, like you personally. But like, where have they gone? Right? They, it seems like people are always interested in calling them up on things, on stuff, and making, and just putting them down because they're black. I and it's even heavier, uh, and it's even heavier if they are transgendered, because they get put down extra, because they get put down more than the average black quote-unquote person of the female gender. I'm not saying, like, okay, let's say I'm black, and I have the transgender exterior. Does that make me any different than someone who's black and isn't transgendered? Like, I mean, what is this? Like, who are you defending when you are saying we accept black women and then we accept black women because they make copy, really good copy? Like, excuse me, like, I mean, what? So they can make good copy. It isn't the greatest skill in the world that they have, but if they make good copy, then fine. They make good copy. But that shouldn't define who they are. But just because they can make good copy does not mean that that's an indication that they're accepted. It doesn't mean that. It just means they can make really good or excellent copy. Okay? Like, I mean, does not make this, hey, you're black, you must make good copy. No! That is not the reason why they're black. They're black because that is the way God made them. They're black because of their skin color. And their skin color is a very important part of them because, and especially when they're transgendered, okay? Now, I'm not saying this is a special power that transgender women have, but it's like the person with Down syndrome. How are they going to be accepted in this world? How are they going to be accepted in general? How? Jeez. Like, there's more how. Like, I mean, who, what? Like, I mean, who, what, when, and where? Right? Like, I mean, like, there's a very possible, like, it's possible that, that black women have been pushed aside, not because they're women, but because they're black women. But because they're black women. They're pushed aside into the closet, as it were, just because they're black. And maybe even transgendered if you might want to go that route, you know. They are pushed into the closet. And, well, they're in that closet, they're getting more scared. They're becoming more emotionally fragile. Sorry, I said that wrong. I pronounced that wrong. They're becoming more scared. They're becoming more aware that they're becoming more scared. They're becoming more aware that it's their transgender exterior that people that they're going to think that, oh, wait a minute, while they're in this closet, they're becoming more scared. Oh, pardon me. They're becoming more aware of their gender, and they should, but not in this way. Not in this way. I mean, they're getting put down. And for really no good reason. People who have Down syndrome are easily put down because they have Down syndrome, or because of their quote unquote retardation. Okay, their retardation, or because, or to put it in another way, because of their retardation. Like, hmm, hmm, impresses me. That is so depressing. Like, the next thing you're going to tell me is that just because black women are, like, the next thing you're going to be telling me is that people with Down syndrome have just as much the next thing you're going to be telling me is that people with Down syndrome, or people or women who are black and quote unquote transgendered, can't live together, can't have lives together. Stop right there. Stop right there, because that is not fair. Who's to say that a person with Down syndrome, like me, or with me,